And we're live.
And we're live.
Live.
Looks like Evan's got like some kind of like mystical.
I'm ascending into heaven.
God are coming down on top of him or something.
Yeah, I noticed that in the other videos. It's like there's a lot of light on YouTube, fellas, and I just over here in the dark.
Just because you're evil. The most,
What if we just swing this
cynical and sinister of
for
us.
the whole show?
That would be awful. Don't do that.
Oh, it's gonna be like that for a little bit.
Hey,
That's where we pulled our Rousers cards from.
yeah. Well, no, that was heaven.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
You can hear me on this, right? I'm good to go?
You're good to go.
Sure.
Welcome to the house, Rouse.
Rouse.
This is episode 23, 24. I don't know anymore, something like that.
Certainly feels like more. Who's introducing what we're doing?
Well, Colin, what did you pick?
I picked 1982 Conan the Barbarian.
Conan.
Is that the song? Okay. Conan, he raped them. What did he do with class, you know? That woman was... She was scared. He put a blanket on her. And then he immediately took that blanket off her. And then it got dark, and then we killed some people. James Earl Jones. He turned around real slow. Hey. Yeah,
Conan, yeah, not Conan, not the
Conan.
talk show host.
Also great though.
Also, I wanted to say that I made a mistake. I've never seen this movie. I've seen Conan the Destroyer.
Is the Destroyer the one with Kareem
Yeah.
and Andre the Giant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All I remember was the girl Zula in that one. I don't know who plays her, but that's all I remember.
All right, Hunter, explain what this movie is. Give people a general idea.
Conan the Barbarian. It's an epic tale of a barbarian whose mother is butchered before his eyes. His whole family, his whole tribe. He's left to live. He has a rough life growing up, but slowly fights his way to the top and gains revenge for his family and his tribe.
Mm-hmm. And
And there's James Earl Jones is a snake person.
Yeah, he's the leader of a snake cult.
He's quite literally a snake person. That's the best way to describe him. He has a lot of snakes. He turns into snakes.
He does.
Uses some as arrows.
And Conan learns
Conan
learns to trust steel amongst any things.
Yes.
Trust the steel.
Yeah. Always trust the steel.
Trust the steel.
Did you not get that?
I didn't get
That was a big part of the movie.
Was it the riddle of steel?
No riddles.
The opening of this movie is
Insane.
well, immediately I was like, okay, Lord of the Rings, the way that was made, like definitely got the influence from this. The opening credits, like the making of the sword, the music.
I think that's just a cliche. I don't think Conan the Barbarian was the first person to show a sword getting made.
Well, no,
The
they
way it
was
was made, though, the voiceover and all that.
There was a couple things. Like another thing I picked up on was when James Earl Jones is in the night outfit. They definitely drew the Witch King look from that for sure. He definitely looks like the Witch King a little bit.
I think there was some influence in Lord of the Rings. How it was made.
I don't know. I would love to see the interview where Peter Jackson. They're
But,
like, all right, what really inspired you for the look and feel of the opening and some of the costumes? Conan the Barbarian.
Should we?
There's a lot of props in this movie.
I mean, the practical effects are. I mean,
they're okay.
really good.
That's definitely helps that there is no CGI because the practical effects. I mean, they don't always look great, but they at least look more realistic and hold up better than terrible CGI.
I mean, I'll take that over like the third Hobbit movie CGI any day of the week, or Spawn.
Hey man, no.
I made a list of the good stuff in this movie.
So not seeing a lot of.
Is there Is there also a list of bad stuff then?
There's a lot of bad
There's
stuff.
a lot of bad stuff.
More bad stuff.
There's a lot of bad stuff. I do want to say real quickly, just on the opening. Yeah, so you have the cool sword, and then you have absolutely terrible green screen.
Yeah,
That's the only time they use green screen the entire movie.
That was weird.
I'm like, and it's just cloud shots behind them. It's like you could have done this out in the nature that you filmed every other
weird.
part.
Well, he was probably
like when that started, I was like, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then then the rest of it, the practical effects, like it's okay for what it is, but why? Why put that terrible? I guess it was a reshoot, and they just.
I was about to say probably they only had him for a little bit of time.
Yeah, I don't know.
But should we start with the good? Let's start with the good stuff.
Sure.
Cool snake fight. I like the fight.
What? I don't.
When they fight the giant snake and
when
the
they're
colt.
getting the eye of the snake.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that was a cool scene.
I also want to say real quick because you're getting a little further into the movie.
You're right. Maybe we should-
In the beginning, Conan's dad is like ripped apart by Rottweilers.
Dude.
And I had a Rottweiler growing up named Conan after
Did you
Conan the
really?
Barbarian. So
that's
like,
crazy.
I want to go ask my dad, like, why the fuck did you name the Rottweiler Conan when his dad is eaten by Rottweilers? Like,
Dude, the opening to this movie shocked me. I was not prepared, just in general, for how violent this movie was gonna be, but the opening was nuts. Like I was in shock, but I was also laughing because I just could not believe what was happening. Like the dude, they stabbed the guy with an axe, and then the dog just started ripping him apart, and they're showing it. And then he decapitates Conan's mom when he's like a little 4-year-old kid just holding his mom's hand.
yeah.
Like it was horrific. Dude.
See,
There's
I
no
thought
words
I
for
didn't.
that.
I didn't think the whole fight was that great. I think the Rottweiler moment was good because again, that was just dogs fucking up a dude, and then I think at the end it was just a dummy. But for a second, it was a real dude getting fucked up by dogs. And then the mom moment really cool, but then it also has really shitty moments because like just some of the fighting's just like. And there's a lot of whiffs. There's a lot of misses.
When you get
and then James Earl Jones, we can't skip past that because that fucking slow turn that he hits him with.
Yeah.
It is a 12-second slow turn.
yeah.
It is a 12-second slow turn, and that's after we've already gazed into his mysterious eyes for like 12 seconds before that. Then he slow turns. Then he whips around, chops Conan's mom's head off.
And there's no dialogue.
Nope. There's not much dialogue.
This whole movie is they really let the score tell the story a little bit. Like there's not a lot of dialogue in the whole movie.
Which is not good because the score is...
Oh, I thought the score was great. I thought that was like
It's okay.
I thought that was like the best part of the movie, to be honest.
It's okay.
The score.
I thought it was okay. I thought it had all the right feel to make an epic movie, but it wasn't anything standout.
I liked it. I thought it was good. Lots of different tones for the score. Like when at the very end when they go into the orgy, like the music for that part. It's cool.
Oh, the orgy music.
Yeah, the orgy music. I was just horrifically offended by how sexist and misogynist this movie was.
Colin,
You thought it wasn't sexist enough.
I was appalled
For
by
any of the
how
people
sexist this movie was.
that would pick to watch Conan the Barbarian to do an in-depth review. It's Colin.
No, I was appalled by the way they portrayed women as sex symbols and just pieces of meat throughout this movie.
Colin has this written on his leg. He's reading off his leg.
I haven't even looked down. All right, now I'm looking down. But yeah, appalling. Cannot believe
Sure.
this hasn't been canceled.
Yeah, of course
Disgusted
you chose this fucking
by
movie.
this movie.
Colin's wife
That's okay.
heard him
so-
yell Conan should just...
Yeah, we needed
Get to raping.
I need to actually look at my notes here because I do
But,
remember one of my notes is did Dennis Reynolds write this movie?
Yeah, it felt like
Because
that's
for
what I
a
was
second,
thinking.
there, it's just go out, do some adventuring, penetration.
Full penetration.
Go do more
Oh,
adventuring.
that's the whole movie.
Full penetration.
That's the whole movie.
It's the most hyper masculine movie ever made, maybe.
That's why this is the good stuff. There's a cool snake fight. There's a cool kill at the end with the booby trap, like Home Alone style. When the girl he's banging turns to a witch, how she looks when she's a witch is cool.
He throws her into the fire.
That's actually I need to look up when the manga Berserk was written because it was in the 80s. But that's like literally the first scene from Berserk.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Conan was written like in the 30s. The short comics of Conan.
Oh, okay, that's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was based off that type shit.
Titties.
Lots of titties.
I said grunt more, Arnold.
Yeah, did he make? Is he
He
gonna make?
he grunts more than he speaks in this movie.
Yeah, one of my notes was, is
which
he gonna
works because he's a barbarian.
make?
But
Is he gonna make top 5 THORs now?
no, he was educated.
Later.
Kind of. Well, kind of. But the last good thing is Arnold's jacked. That's what I got.
Those are your only good notes?
That's the only good notes I
It
got.
sounds like you really hated this movie.
Well, can we get to the part where he's a slave?
I said Conan so woke he hit the Wakanda forever.
He did do that.
He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
hit the Wakanda forever.
But he was pushing a giant fucking thing as a slave. What was the purpose of that?
So I don't know, man.
Was he just pushing a thing?
It's the thing you got to push to make the thing.
Who knows? The point is that he's pushing it,
Yeah.
not what it does.
Also, is Conan... I started really questioning, is he even a good guy? Is there ever anything he does in this movie that makes him a good person? That's like, oh, he's the good guy.
I think he's good for a barbarian. I don't know if he's wholly good by today's society standards, but I think he's good for a barbarian. Because even when they give him the woman, like he covers her up and then he proceeds to, I guess, rape
him.
He's good for the time
And
period.
he calls them all slut. He goes, they're all.
He tried to not, like go gently into it.
Punches a camel, knocks a camel
The
out.
camel
That
had
was
it coming.
hilarious. That was fucking great.
The fuck was that about?
It's so
I
funny.
think that was an ode to Blazing Saddles. This movie's a comedy, right?
I was laughing a lot in this movie, dude. But you know what?
Colin picked the most hyper masculine.
I didn't
movie of all
love this
time.
movie, but I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy watching it. Like, there was a lot of unintentionally really funny stuff. Like, he punches the fucking camel, and I was laughing at just how violent it was. Like, lots of heads just being chopped off, just blood everywhere. Just
A lot of blood.
tons of blood. It kind of had that like just hammy. Like there's a bunch of great quotable lines in it where they're like,
Are there?
well, no, but he's in like he's in the bar at the beginning, and they're like, Conan, what is a good life? And he's like, I wrote it down. He goes,
Oh, yeah.
He goes, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. That was a great quote.
That's another problem I had with it. I don't know if maybe I need to just crank my TV up more, but I felt like the audio was a little off. Like it was, I just couldn't hear everything they were saying. And it's also Arnold's fucking accent is so bad. he hadn't worked it out just yet. And I think that's the reason they don't have him talk as much, which works because he's a barbarian.
I feel like the accents in the whole movie are kind of off. Like everyone's accent's a little strange, but also he smacks his that sword clean that he finds.
Yeah.
It's a rusted, dirty ass old sword, and he just smacks it against a rock, and then it's perfect again.
That's how strong he is.
You trust the steel.
Yeah.
The writer of this movie also wrote. I listed it.
Episode of Twilight Zone.
He wrote Red Dawn.
Okay.
He wrote 1941, Apocalypse Now, and Dirty Harry.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hell of a
Yeah.
resume.
Those were all. Were those all after? No,
some of these are
Dirty
before.
Harry, yeah.
I was thinking of the director. The guy who directed it directed an episode of Twilight Zone also. I didn't look which one it was.
I was gonna say like maybe this was his first outing and he was working it out and then he just fucking pumped out classics apparently.
This movie is really like an Old Testament Bible story.
It is an epic. It is going for that feel.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it fully accomplishes it,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely going for that feel.
I feel like it didn't accomplish it on like any of the emotional notes or anything. It's super corny, but it's like a good movie for like you're 16 and you're like, this is badass, dude.
Man, I just think the writing is so bad. Like the beats of the movie are just, I'm gonna kill someone with an axe. Here's some titties. I'm gonna stab somebody. Here's some titties.
Yeah,
And then it's just
this
back and forth.
This movie is 30 or 40 minutes too long.
Yeah, the runtime is my biggest problem.
There's
with
a
it.
lot. You could cut out a lot. Again, there's a fucking 12-second slow turn.
No
you
joke.
can find shit to cut in this movie.
No joke. I clocked out, not fully, but it started losing me a little bit about like hour 20. It started losing me a little
Hour
bit.
20?
Yeah.
Which version did you watch?
Whatever it was over 2 hours.
It's 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Oh, I heard that as you saying hour 20, as in like the 20th hour.
Oh,
So what the fuck is he talking
I
about?
clocked out at hour.
That's the
20.
thing is like that's when I was clocking in.
I
I
feel
feel like the first hour of this movie drags, and then it gets a little more entertaining.
I thought it was kind of up down. It was like good in the beginning, like most of the good parts were just how insane it was, and then down in the middle, and then back up at the very end. But one thing I liked the score a lot, and I thought there was a lot of cool like set pieces and stuff the places they were fighting in were kind of neat. Like the snake pit was kind of cool. Get the orgy place was kind of cool. I thought like the guy using a literal snake as the arrow was kind of a cool little thing.
It's just so over the top.
Yeah, I mean,
It's so weird.
it's insane. It's
Like he literally straightened out the snake, and so does he knock the mouth and then shoot?
I don't know.
The tail is the arrow part, because then when he took it out, the snake came back to life.
well, Moses turned a staff into a serpent.
I was thinking about that movie while I was watching this a lot, about how they're kind of somewhat similar, I guess, but not similar at all. Also,
yeah,
I
there's no
wrote
good guy.
having to sit at your own campfire must suck. Because at one point it's just Conan chilling at his own little fire.
and that scene lasts for like 3 seconds too. and
Yeah,
then
it
cuts
lasts
away.
too
That was
long.
really weird. That was a weird scene.
It lasts too long, and he's just sitting there. I was just thinking, like, man, that sucks. Like you never want to be the kid sitting at your own table at lunch.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine having to build your own fucking fire, and so like that's how much people don't want you to sit with them. They're like, yeah, go build your own fucking fire. That would be awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
I thought a lot of this the script, or not the script. It was really just like, I don't know, just listening to Arnold trying to say anything, and especially the way he looked with his hair and shit, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But James Earl Jones, whenever he had a couple lines were good, I thought, and I thought it was cool where he's talking about the power of steel, and then he's like tells the girl, like, see that pretty girl over there, makes her he's like walk off the thing, and she just walks right off and dies, and he's like, that's power. Like that was a pretty cool.
That was
scene
cool.
for building
Yeah.
a villain, And then his little monologue at the end, right before they kill him, was pretty good. I thought. Weird haircut. Strange.
You know what I just thought of?
haircut.
This movie is just heavy metal live action.
Yeah.
But not as good.
Yeah, exactly. Heavy metal's dope.
Heavy metal's fucking dope.
But James Earl Jones actually, he made a deal with Schwarzenegger while they were filming, and he said he would teach Arnold how to act if he taught him how to work out. And they literally trained each other in both those ways throughout the whole filming.
Oh, Arnold is
He's yoked.
Yeah, he's known to be a very dedicated actor. Like he worked hard to fucking like get his English right, to like fucking Kindergarten Cop. He like studied a kindergarten teacher for like 6 months before the movie. And it's such a goofy fucking movie. You like why would you sit like he went and like shadowed actual kindergarten teachers.
What a resume.
But it's back to the snake fight. They fight the giant
Really-
snake. 'Cause that was my
really
favorite part.
obsessed with the snake.
Back
fight.
to the snake
That was
fight.
my favorite part of the movie. That scene. But I think it could have been cooler if they showed one girl get eaten by the snake, and then the second one they save. But it would have been so, because when I saw this girl drop and the snake was already dead, I was like, oh, that's what they were gonna do. That would have been fucking awesome if like the snake had been alive.
That's a lot harder to make look realistic. Like
Yeah,
the
that's
snake looked okay. It looked pretty solid.
Good.
Yeah.
It looked a lot worse once they had to actually like fight with it. I think it looked way better before like Arnold had to do things with it. Then it just looked like a limp thing prop that he's throwing around. Yeah,
I did like
They were on the head 4 times.
I did like the
it's a
the
massive snake.
The Indiana Jones kind of setup where he's like gotta get the shit without the snake waking up, and he just drips sweat right on its eye. It's a pretty cool little scene. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is a great movie. Trust me, I'm not saying this is a great movie.
Sounds like it.
But no, I'm not. I honestly didn't really know what to think when I was watching it, because most of it was just me in shock or laughing at it, and there's some cool moments, and then like I said, dip pretty hard in the middle. I felt like.
Except
back
there's like
at the end.
straight animal abuse in this movie, which I honestly was kind of
wondering-
upset about that.
Well, the only thing I was looking at was the snakes a little bit. They were kind of like.
Being really shitty to snakes, but
Yeah,
also there's a
that's kinda-
pig in the background. Someone's like beating a pig at one
Are
part.
they?
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Like they're like grabbing the ears of the pig and like yanking the ears and shit.
I must have missed that.
Oh, that's when I guess that's when they first entered civilization. It's right
Yeah.
after he met the dude with the bow.
Yeah.
And they go to that like actual civilized town, and like he's leading the pig. takes up the steps.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
That scene.
I liked the guy with the hammer. That was Franco Columbo.
Franco Columbo.
Very jacked man.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Franco Columbo. He had some. The action scenes with him are good though. He's swinging the thing around, breaks the column down. You know.
Yeah.
That was
Did
good
anyone
action sequences?
anyone else think the ending was kind of strange?
Yeah.
How they kill the only black dude, and then it looks around, and there's just a bunch of people in white robes with pointy hats.
Yes.
I was
Sarah
like,
said-
"What the fuck is this?"
Sarah was like, "Is he at a clan meeting or something?"
Yeah.
I was more offended that it's a weird choices of editing and sequencing of you fight the two like underlings to get to him, then he gets off, but then literally in the next scene you just sneak up behind him and cut his head off.
Yeah.
We
Like it
talked
just
to him.
seemed like why wouldn't you just have him fight those two dudes in the lower levels and then get up to him? Like,
Yeah.
that just feels like it. Because otherwise, it's like, this is the climactic scene.
Yeah.
And he just beat these two. Up, he's gone. Well, you're going to have to wait for the next scene, and it's not going to be a fight. He just sneaks up, says a few words, and cuts it off. It just felt very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
To
The
this
ending was
epic
very
movie.
anticlimactic for
I
sure.
did love the end credits though. They were
And
pretty
then
awesome.
and then it's just like, oh, and then Conan goes on to be super badass, but you'll have to wait to see that.
I also like the intro with Fred. I can't even pronounce his name. Fred
Durst?
Nietzsche,
Nietzsche,
whatever.
Nietzsche.
As a quote, what did it say? It was like, "Oh,
Oh, it doesn't
what
kill
does
you.
not kill us makes us stronger," or some shit.
Yeah.
They just like the intro was just building up like.
I did think that was odd. I was like, this is an odd quote to put before Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah,
Because
Katy Perry song.
The army ended up taking that quote like and using that like as their recruiting promo or whatever. But
Yeah, so did Katy Perry.
did she?
Yeah. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Oh, that's right.
She should have the Conan in the music video. That would have been awesome.
Also, Arnold gets Me Too'd by the witch. It's pretty interesting. See? She's like, well, I'll tell you where to go or whatever, but there's a price.
Oh yeah, and then just cuts to
And
softcore
she just
porn.
starts-
I don't think that's Me Too.
Yeah,
Like
sexy.
he was about that anyway. He's
Until
he's just a
turns-
barbarian.
goes
But that
full
was
witch on him.
that was strange. That's why I was like when that scene just turned into softcore porn, I was like, oh, this is this guy's like just wet dream. He just wants like to go look for a giant sword as a jacked dude. And this girl that's like, oh, I can tell you, but you're gonna have to fuck me to find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
And then-
I was waiting for the porn music to start playing at any given moment in this movie.
There's a lot of weird.
Conan bangs so many women.
They tell the narrator refers to the women as the best stock. As they're putting that girl in the cage.
Yeah.
I was appalled by this movie. The sexism.
Sounds like you're.
You don't
laughing
even
a
know
lot.
how to say the word right.
This movie was very chauvinist pigs that wrote this movie.
Sexism sounds like the first time you've ever said that word.
And I'm gonna replay the excitement in Colin's face when he says, and he called them stock.
Yeah.
He called
Your
them
eyes
stock.
lit up. I saw that. Just hold it. Hold it on that for like 10 seconds.
I was disgusted by this movie.
Sound like you had a good time.
He's got a boner right now.
Why are you looking at my dick?
Right next to all those words he has about being bald and shit on his leg.
Jesus, we're really going off the rack.
I'm just gonna say, because we gotta wrap it up now soon. I didn't like this movie.
Real quick too, another thing I didn't like about the ending is his girl randomly comes back to life for like 2 seconds to stop dude from hitting him. She's like an angel.
Magic,
She's got
dude.
like she looks angelic in her armor.
Wait,
Trust the
what?
steel.
What happened?
Right at the end, like he beats one of the dudes, like it's one of the dudes with the hammer, and the other dude's coming at him, and like it looks like he's about to lose, and she like the chick he was with the whole movie comes back and like stops the blade and tells him to get up, and then he gets up.
Somehow I must have missed that scene.
Am I just hallucinating that? I was starting to
I
fall
do not
asleep at
remember
the end
that
of the
scene at
movie.
all.
Evan, did that happen?
Okay,
Did you watch director's cut?
I'm just gonna say, I clocked out after like an hour 20.
Oh, you actually clocked out and
No,
stopped
like-
watching?
Like, I was paying attention, but like I started losing interest, and there was like for a little bit there, me and my friend were just listening to Wang Chung and dancing. I'm not even kidding. And
I'm
then
gonna
sat
have to
down
go
and kept
back and
watching
make.
the
I'm gonna have to
movie.
go back and make sure that my complaint is real. That this chick came back to life as an angel and stopped again. I don't know why you put some Deus Ex Machina shit in there when Conan could just win.
Yeah.
Like, just have him beat the 2 dudes and then kill the dude right there in that scene rather than waiting another fucking thing.
Honestly, other than a few scenes, I was very bored by this movie. I was very, very bored.
Not great.
Let's do some finishing thoughts. If anyone has any, or we can go to our first
Let
ad.
me see. Let me make sure. Do I have any other notes here I need to get out?
Surprisingly, we've already
I
done 25 minutes.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
I mean, it was...
Just watch it so you can see how jacked Arnold is the entire time.
He is jacked.
No, yeah. Even
He's
today's standards, massive.
A lot of meat on them bones.
I think he walks around like 260.
Oh, and I will say,
6'2"?
when he's fighting in that pit in the beginning, how he beats people is outrageous.
Yeah, he's got
he
the
puts one dude's
glove.
arm behind his back and then just starts punching that arm.
Yeah.
What is that?
See, I like that stuff though. It just, I don't know.
And then he's
I
got
love that
those
crazy
fucking,
shit.
like... I don't even know what the hell those things are, but he just... It's like fists that... It's like Wolverine claws.
Yeah.
That he just punches people with. It's sick.
Yeah.
That part was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's go to an ad break.
Okay.
Let me get the ratings.
Well, I guess I've got mine. This came in earlier today. I haven't really read over it or anything. Yeah.
Why do you always say that?
I don't know. I asked everybody to,
He really has to sell this bit.
Yeah. There you go.
It's all that?
Yeah, scroll a little bit.
This episode of the House of Rouse is brought to you by...
Real blank bullets. Come on down to the store and fool your friends with some real blank bullets. Your friends think this is not a real bullet, but this will blow their fucking head off. Yeah. Real blank bullets. Oh, I can't sing. I'm not gonna try that. Come on down. Real fake bullets. Come on, get your bullets. That was a gun. That was a gun sound.
We don't have control over...
I don't
what
write
they...
these. They just send it in, dude. We're kind of desperate, to be honest.
Why don't we have one place where all the ads go, by the way? It
It's a
seems
good
kind of
question.
strange.
Yeah, we should need to get like a home base, like a laptop.
Bushwhacker 2000. Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about my new favorite hygiene product, Mr. Matt's Bushwhacker 2000. The Bushwhacker 2000 is a new, convenient way to trim that annoying body hair, even the worst case of it. I mean, just the other day I looked in the mirror and noticed my chest hair was so long that it was getting tangled, messy, and popping out of the neck of my shirt. Thank God I had the Bushwhacker 2000 on hand. Real blank bullets.
What the fuck?
Hi, Jack Flounder here, and I want to talk to you about real blank bullets. Want to have a good time with your pals?
That's not on the...
Real blank bullets. Want to murder a friend of yours on accident? Real blank bullets. Don't have any friends and are slowly drifting into a seamlessly never-ending depression? Real blank bullets.
He's at it again.
Use promo code JaxBush at checkout to receive a free trial of real blank bullets with your first order.
What just happened? Okay.
Are you okay?
I don't. Do you want some water or?
You ever get like a chill? It's just like not a chill, but it's.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to start reading over these because that was
Did I read it wrong?
something. No, I
Was the promo code Jax Bush?
That's what I read. I read that right. That's what
you read it. You did a good job.
I. Okay.
I'm not supposed to bring it up. It makes it worse. Okay. Well, all right. All right.
Crazy times.
Who's giving the first rating here?
We'll go down the line.
Ratings.
Ratings. We're back.
We're back.
Give Conan.
Back.
I give Conan A 40%.
Ooh,
That's low.
that low.
It's not
It's
good.
a little low.
That low. I don't think it's.
It's not good. Don't recommend it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna give it 6.5.
6.5.
I didn't hate it. I recognize it's not the best movie, but I thought the madness of it all was kind of funny, and it's just a lot of blood, and Arnold's walking around being jacked the whole time, and that was enough to keep me modestly entertained for most of it. And James Earl Jones has some good stuff, but not the best movie, not the worst movie.
Yeah, could have been really good if you trimmed it down by about 40 minutes.
That's true.
So yeah, it's a C minus, maybe even a D plus if I watched it again, because I don't even know if I really want to watch it again. I don't know if I really want you to watch it.
Better than The Raid,
Wrong.
that's for sure.
I'm not commenting on that.
Why are you gonna make me mad before I'm gonna get mad at you?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Which brings us to our top 5. What's the top 5?
Colin's crucifixion.
Top 5 80s comedies. There's no way you're going to be as mad as last time.
He's gonna bat for the cycle, folks. He's gonna be the first time ever that we've had 3 lists where he had real stupid shit
What
on
was the
every
third
single
That-
one.
what was the
That's
last-
true.
It was,
Let's have that transition song. And we're back. We're back.
Back.
So this time Hunter will go first,
Okay.
and then I'll go, and then Colin will go.
top 5 comedic movies of the 80s.
I'm gonna go ahead and state it for Colin. My top 5 is gonna be a bunch of movies that Colin's never seen that he probably should have in his list.
Maybe one of them.
Yes, he contemplated putting Edward Scissorhands on
He
on this
did
list.
say that he was thinking about putting Edward Scissorhands,
1990, I can't do it.
but he couldn't do it. It's 1990.
Honestly, Home Alone probably would have been
Not
eliminated.
because it's not
Yeah.
a comedy, it's
Yeah.
a drama fantasy movie, but it's because it's
It's got
from
comedy.
1990.
Yep, that's why he couldn't do it.
No, Home Alone would have made it over time.
Okay, so I originally was going to do this list as best comedies, and for that it was a little different. You could do funny but very well made, maybe more clever type shit. But then when I heard the abomination that was Colin of what he didn't know, I just went with straight funniest. So here it is.
I respect it.
The first one is more nostalgia based. Number 5 is A Christmas Story.
Dude, almost made mine.
A Christmas Story is a classic. I only watch it once a year, but I watch it 8 times that time.
As we all do.
Yes. It is a fucking classic. Highly quotable. We've been quoting it in my family for years. It is our Christmas tradition. Everybody else is like, they have parades sometimes they watch, or they got a bunch of other movies they watch. Fuck, It's a Wonderful Life. You know what I'm saying? A Christmas Story is the best Christmas movie. That's another fun list we could do there.
Oh, trust me, it's in my phone.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I got them ready to go.
Okay, so A Christmas Story. It's
Christmas
great.
special.
Christmas Story is great. Number 4, Spaceballs.
Haven't seen it.
Mel Brooks is the parody master. Maybe the best comedy director.
Possibly.
I'd make the argument. I'd probably say number 1. Spaceballs is just another round of that, of classic puns and taking jokes wherever you can get them, being as silly as possible.
Anywhere.
They quite literally advertise products in the middle. They advertise Spaceballs products in the middle of it. They also fast forward the movie at one point and look at the script, and like nothing is off limits. They have to jam the radar, and they just shoot a huge jar of jam at it. It's so fucking
so
stupid,
good.
but it's so great.
And then you have-
Rick Moranis is just amazing.
And you've got John Candy.
John Candy as well.
He's in Spaceballs?
Yeah.
Yes.
He plays
Is he
the
Chewbacca?
Chewbacca
Okay.
character.
He plays the Chewbacca character. Who's a dog.
He looks terrifying.
No, he's
He looks scary in that
he's
movie.
great. I just love that
It
movie.
reminds me of
it's amazing.
the bear man in The Shining. That's what it reminds me of.
Bear Man the Shining is scary.
Scary looking.
John Candy as a dog is not.
Yeah, it's not at all. It's just hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now because it's great. I might go watch it later.
Let's do it.
I'd be cool with that. Number 3 is Caddyshack.
Haven't seen it.
Idiot. Like, your list is going to be so fucking stupid because you haven't seen all of the actual best comedies of the 80s. Caddyshack is... once you learn how that movie was made, it almost makes it better.
Oh, for sure.
It was, again, that's another just cocaine-fueled
Yeah.
thing that happened. They almost got kicked off the golf course because they were so rambunctious. Bill Murray and Chevy Chase hated each other. Bill Murray was there for 3 days. Like, he filmed those classic lines in 3 fucking days. Just Bill Murray playing with the little... when he's trying to make other gophers to blow up that one fucking groundhog. And...
It's a great movie. Super funny.
Yeah, I can't say enough. Rodney Dangerfield's fucking amazing.
Dangerfield.
You just have so many comedy legends all on their game. Chevy Chase being an asshole, he's always good at that. And this is one of his most asshole-ish roles.
Yeah, I was about to say, is this the best Chevy Chase role?
Well, I guess by my list, technically, I would have to say yes. Well, I guess I wouldn't have to say yes because he's kind of the star, but he's more the star in like Family Vacation and shit like that.
The first Vacation is super solid.
I would say that it's one of those two. Is Chevy Chase's best? It's Caddyshack or that. I think I like Caddyshack more because again, it's just him and his natural element of just being an asshole. 'Cause that's what he was. Because him and Bill Murray almost fought in this movie. Like I said, Bill Murray's great, and he doesn't even have so many lines, but he fucking kills it every time he's on screen.
Yeah.
When he's talking about lining up, he's PGA doing Hole 18. He's lining up and fucking driving the flowers.
Oh God.
Yeah, that movie's amazing. That's number 3. Number 2 is Ghostbusters. Another great Bill Murray. This is Bill Murray being the asshole. Mm-hmm. And again, I liked the movie when I was a kid. I liked it just because of all the fun monsters and shit. And there's other lines that I can understand fully. But then when you watch it when you're older, it's just great because like Bill Murray is just sinking all their money into this, and like Dan Aykroyd is freaking out because he's like, what are we doing here? And like they're really flying by the seat of their pants. Like they're just trying to make a company.
Yeah.
And it just happens to be ghost hunting. And it's just all the little lines and the delivery of it. It's like it's not. There's ghosts in it, but there's like all of the lines aren't based off of funny things happening with the ghost. It's just funny things of them interacting.
It's just Bill Murray being sarcastic too. I like the line where he's like, "Yes, sir, he is dickless."
yeah, exactly. Or like that's a big Twinkie. Like it's just wholesome interactions between them or them as a force against like the mayor and shit like that didn't like him.
Oh yeah, even the opening scene when he's doing the test with the girl to see if she's psychic. And he thinks really attracted to her.
But that's not even the opening scene, though. The opening scene is the
library.
Yeah, the library.
And then it cuts to that,
which is great too because they play that as a horror movie. Like there's not really a joke in that opening scene. It's really you're just terrified of like that's actually a solid horror scene.
Yeah.
And then you cut to him just trying to hit on this chick.
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been a really long time.
I'm having a showing of that movie in my backyard of my house with a projector.
Yeah.
Next weekend.
Okay, let me know. I do love that movie. And then it's number 1, the obvious choice. And old dummy's going to say, I haven't seen it. Airplane. Airplane is number 1. I don't even think it's close. The only, like I said, this is one of those things we were talking earlier because, of course, I'm hugely biased towards Mel Brooks anyway. So if Blazing Saddles was made in the 80s, that's the only way that this would be tough. Yeah. But other than that, nope, it's Airplane, hands down.
Who directed that or wrote that?
Don't know, but the dude was a genius because I mean, like Mel Brooks takes jokes wherever he can get them, but Airplane is quite literally how can we make every line of dialogue in this movie a setup to another punchline and then a setup and another punchline. It should get tiring and stupid, but it's funny every single time. They have, of course, there's the classic "Call Me Shirley."
Oh, for sure.
Don't call me Shirley. But
coffee
that
scene.
But like that joke happens like 4 or 5 times in the movie of them just like saying a phrase a certain way and then the person literally answering it in that type way, like that type of stuff. That happens 4 or 5 times in the movie.
What is the dummy co-pilot that I've seen in like
the dummy co-pilot?
So
they just say they're putting the plane on autopilot and that shoots up. Like that's how dumb some of the jokes are.
It's great.
I feel like I would love that.
You
movie.
have
I've seen
Kareem
it,
Abdul-Jabbar driving the plane, piloting the plane, and the kid's like, he's like, my dad says you don't get enough rebounds, and he goes, your dad doesn't have to drag this dude up and down the court every night. And then he goes, my name's Roger. I fly planes. Like it's just every talk and jive, the coffee. I mean, I can sit here and literally list every joke in the movie because I feel like every single one hits. Even in the beginning, when it's just the voiceovers of the announcements at the airport, like you have to listen because they're setting up the movie. And you think other shit's happening, but the 2 people are arguing that are giving the announcements. And it's just like I said, they just take the jokes anywhere they can get them. Airplane number 1, it's the best. So number 5, A Christmas Story. Number 4, Spaceballs. Number 3, Caddyshack. Number 2, Ghostbusters. Number 1, Airplane.
All right. I'm just gonna say this up front. I do not have Airplane on my list.
That is
But this is the reason
dumb.
why.
At least he's got the excuse he hasn't seen it.
This is the reason why. I watched it one night with Hunter for a variable of reasons. I do not remember most of it.
You were just listing scenes with me.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of it I remember.
You two are real pieces of shit. We need
And that's
to
the only reason
fuck
why.
making music. We're watching Airplane after this.
I mean, I'm fine with it because I remember loving it.
It needs to happen. Oh, you two are gonna.
But my number 1. Well, let's just get into it. Let's just get into it.
I might end up being the middle of you two. We'll have to see.
Idiots.
Number 5, the best 80's comedies. Beetlejuice. I came in to that movie with very low expectations because people who have told me about it told me that it was overrated, like Colin.
I rewatched it about 2 years later and I loved it.
So yeah, but I went in with very low expectations and watched it and was blown away by how good it was. It was so funny. The characters are amazing. Alec Baldwin's funny. Michael Keaton's funny, and the imagination of like the world building in that movie is unbelievable. It's crazy.
Yeah, I made a face earlier, but at 5, I can see that. You can make the argument for that for sure.
It's
what's his name? Winthrow or something like that? The fat dude who's leading the seance and shit.
Oh yeah.
He's solid.
What is it?
Otho.
He's in.
Our researcher just pulled up
Our manager.
He's from something
information
else also,
we
right?
needed.
But yeah, Beetlejuice subverted my expectations and became a movie that
By exceeding them.
Yeah.
Subverted them. He Ryan Johnson your expectations.
I don't think you know what that word means.
I keep using this word. Subvert.
Honestly, that word was on autopilot. I wasn't really thinking about what I was saying, but
I think that's the misuse of the word autopilot. Whatever. Just go ahead.
No, that's not at all.
Go on with your stupid list that doesn't have Airplane in it.
But anyway, Beetlejuice is very fun, very entertaining. If you want to talk a movie that's not boring whatsoever.
And Michael Keaton's amazing.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Multiplicity is his best movie though.
Back to the Future. Number 4.
See, I saw that on a bunch of lists, and I feel like you can at least make that like that. That's a second. I don't know. I never really saw the movie as a comedy first.
Oh no, Back to the Future's hilarious.
It's funny, but I never saw like at least you can make the art. It's not like
it's more
fucking
that clever.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
Like, the second genre would be comedy.
It's
I
more
can see
that clever.
That.
It's more clever and
But-
situational humor than it is.
Yeah, I just never really saw it as a.
slapstick.
I think it's more so performance humor. I think the performances
Doc.
are what elevate it.
For Doc, it definitely is, but I think a lot of it's like the mother touching his leg under the table and like calling him Calvin.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like situational humor to it.
Yeah, that's true. But once again, I guess I'm going more along the lines of like entertaining all the way through as for comedies, because that's another one that's never boring the whole movie. The plot just keeps pushing forward the whole way through. There's great tie-ups in the end that are set up in the beginning.
It's easily the best time travel movie ever. It's not even a close second.
What's crazy is probably a close second is Safety Not Guaranteed.
What's crazy is Bill and Ted's is the best time travel movie
Bill and
ever
Ted
made.
Bill and
Bill and
Ted's
Ted's
funny.
great.
Bill and Ted's is funny.
Both of them.
They
are
go to all kinds of times. So
good.
he goes to one spot and he barely makes it back.
Watch
They can go
Mojo.
wherever the fuck they want.
Watch Mojo had Back to the Future as the second best movie of the 80s. Second best period movie of the 80s.
That's not right.
Yeah, stupid.
But Back to the Future is amazing, and started a cultural phenomenon. Like, people growing up now are obsessed with that movie and still wear like the hats and shit.
Oh yeah, Nike's got the shoes from it, the self-lacing.
Yeah. So yeah, fantastic movie, very entertaining, still holds up. Even the effects really hold up.
Yeah,
for the
really
most part.
good movie. Again, I just don't like. I feel like 80s comedies, especially there's comedies, and then there's the kind of in between.
That's like any.
That's
era.
heavy.
That's any era.
Number 3, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Spaceballs takes the bronze. So funny.
What was 4th and 5th place? What are the medals? Tin and copper or something?
It's copper and then tin.
Everybody knows tin's better than copper.
Is it?
Of course.
I don't know what's going on.
We're having a tin and copper discussion.
I don't know if it is.
Write you're talking
Write in the
about.
comments what you think is better, tin or copper.
Spaceballs is the 3rd best comedy of the 80s. And what's crazy is it might not even make top 3 Mel Brooks films for me.
What? I can see 2. What's your 3rd?
Man,
You got
Blazing
Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and what else do you have over Spaceballs?
I had to watch Young Frankenstein.
the producers maybe.
What? No.
Men in Tights I remember being great.
Oh, Men in Tights is great, but it's not better than Spaceballs.
I don't know. It might be 3rd,
I
but
think it's 3rd.
the point is Mel Brooks is a god of comedy.
Yes.
Spaceballs, nonstop jokes all the way through.
I didn't even think. What year's Young Frankenstein? Did I miss that?
I
Is
think
that in
that's
80s?
70s, I'm
okay,
pretty
I was
sure.
about to say.
Yeah, there's no way it's 80s.
I think a lot of people consider it to be his best.
It's great, but it's not. No, a lot of people consider Blazing Saddles to be.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people consider that also. I feel like a lot of people
I think the majority.
I
say
might have them
Blazing
both tied.
All right, but
I'll have to
anyway, Spaceballs. Why do you love it?
It's the humor of Mel Brooks just holds up so well for every generation because it's like self-deprecating and then also making fun of everything else, like all sci-fi movies,
It's satire, witty, and silly all at the same time.
and completely self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Mel Brooks breaks the fourth wall about the movie being a movie so many times throughout, and then there's just so many different types of humor of like jokes, and then satire, and then parody, and it's just amazing all the way
I saw
through.
somebody say, I can't remember what it was, some interview, but they were like, Mel Brooks was so good that whenever he parodied a genre or a specific movie, he's like, that genre was dead for a little bit. Like he parodied westerns, and apparently westerns they stopped being as popular. like he parodied fucking Star Wars, and you don't see as many sci-fis for a little bit.
Yeah, God, he's so good. Spaceballs. You gotta watch. Number 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, baby.
Classic.
Classic.
Once again, amazingly entertaining all the way through. It just beat by beat. You never are bored. You love all the characters. They're all just real people, in unbelievable situations. And God, that's so fun. You just immediately you're like, I'm never going to school again. Right when you watch that, you're like, I'm gonna go start a party.
Is that what happened to you?
Dude, honestly, might be my top 10 favorite movies of all time too. God, I love Ferris Bueller.
It's so fun.
Great movie.
He's just gonna keep calling me and calling me.
Oh, and the performance, some of the best performances of
that's John
comedies too.
Hughes' best movie.
It's not.
It's debatable, but oh man, I can't believe you're gonna put this number 1. But yeah, the performance of the principal alone is just gold.
Oh
Wait a
yeah.
second. Are you gonna put you got the other John Hughes movie
Huh?
1?
Well, hold on.
Let him talk about
Let's-
the greatness of Ferris Bueller.
Let's
for
talk
a
about Ferris
second.
Bueller. See, what happened is...
He didn't want to go to school. Amazing opening, also.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Day
I'm taking
Bow
it.
Bow.
You know what they really should have called it was Ferris Bueller's Day On.
That's true. Sing!
That's from something. I don't know. what.
Got him. Write in the comments
Um,
what that's from.
Oh, and also great messages about sticking up to your parents and like not being defined by your parents and your dad and all that with his best friend. What's his best friend's name again? God. Cameron. Yeah,
Really
the
love
whole
that
arc,
movie, yeah.
the whole character arc of Cameron is really
Yeah.
well done. Super cool. Yeah. Number 1, best 80s comedy, Uncle Buck.
Okay.
Uncle Buck is amazing.
I don't see it as number 1, but
Uncle Buck is so fucking funny. John Candy's best performance, one of the best comedy performances, definitely the 80s, but I would argue of all time. I love John Candy's performance of that movie. I love the heart of that movie. The jokes still hold up, and it's one of the most rewatchable comedies of all time. There was one time we went on a road trip to Florida, and we brought one of our friends, and we played Uncle Buck on a portable DVD player. And the moment it was over, he just asked if we could start it over. Can we just watch that again? That's how much he loved it.
4 times on that trip.
Yeah. It is so lovable and awesome. And in my opinion, that's the best John Hughes movie. Is,
John Candy being a sarcastic
Uncle
asshole
Buck.
the whole movie.
God, it's so good.
Great
It's so fun.
great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Got tone lock.
that one's not the best John Hughes.
Uncle Buck?
It's alright.
It's either that or Home Alone.
Jesus
It's not
Christ.
Home Alone, but
The
I do
Breakfast
love
Club
Home
is
Alone.
John Hughes' best movie.
Oh, nah.
But Uncle
Best
Buck
comedy, different discussion. But John Hughes' best movie is Breakfast Club.
No.
Uncle Buck is fucking awesome. And you even have both the little kid, Macaulay Culkin and the girl, Macy.
Yeah.
They're both great too.
Yeah.
Even the kids are fucking
What did he
awesome.
say to the teacher? Because he said he wouldn't get me off the goddamn something.
Something I can't
Yeah,
remember about the
that's
laundry or something.
Yeah.
it's good, but
He's just trying to to get the laundry in the dryer. So don't shove my load in you.
Yeah.
Talk dirty to you.
Melanoma head's coming.
Uncle Buck, number 1. Okay.
Yeah, the scene where he tells the teacher off might be the best scene of the movie.
It's fantastic.
He gives her Carlos his quarter and
Yeah.
says, "Go downtown and get a rat. Gnaw that thing off your face."
If you haven't seen Uncle Buck, please God go watch that. It is so fucking great.
This is up and down with me.
Yeah, so let's run
I'm
through it.
getting-
I'm happy and then I'm upset.
I'm the middleman in this group for sure.
So here we go. Number 5, Beetlejuice. Number 4, Back to the Future. Number 3, Spaceballs. Number 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And number 1, Uncle Buck.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at either list, mainly because I haven't seen any of yours mostly, and yours a lot of similarities.
All right. Let's go to the ad before we go to Collins.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do it.
I mean,
Get this paid
Ferris
for.
Bueller is like, here's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, if we totaled the amount of laughs, that all of us would have watching my list versus y'all's list, it's very different.
No.
But well, maybe. But like entertainment value is a different story.
Again, that's why I did my list different because I just wanted to go with funniest, what I literally thought was the gonna make me laugh the most.
Maybe you would get more laughs, but I think my list might be more like memorable, like would stick with people longer.
All right, let's get this next ad break real quick.
It's because they're not pure comedies. You can do more with that.
All right, let's get this paid for. Be careful.
All right.
Be gingerly.
Be
good. This episode of the House of Rouse is brought to you by.
Can you hold this for me?
Let's see why not.
Where's the okay. Hey. Yeah? Do you know where my car keys are? No, dude. God, I looked everywhere. Like, where could they even be? I don't know. I mean, there's only but so many places they could be. I see where this is going. Yeah, This is so fucking ridiculous. How does this happen? Where are my fucking keys? Of course this happens today. It's fine, man. Just chill out. God, dude, stop telling me to fucking chill out. What are you doing today? Just sitting on the fucking couch drinking Doritos all day? What the hell's a Dorito?
Doritos.
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 I have somewhere to be. Are you sitting on them? I'm not sitting on them, you asshole. Whatever, you fucking prick. I'm getting late on my first day, and then how are we going to pay rent at all? You know what? I hope I'm goddamn late, so then you'd have to get off your stupid ass and fucking do something.
I like how you can distinguish so well between the two voices.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you right now? Shut the fuck up, Craig. You're lucky I don't beat your ass. Oh yeah? Beat my ass? Beat my ass? What about this fucking gat? You're gonna beat its ass too? Huh, you skinny karate motherfucker? Yeah, dude, where'd you get that? What the fuck? Bam! Bam, 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 go, 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 bam! Want this to happen to you? Make sure you never lose your keys with sticky keys. They are so sticky you'll never get them off. Only temperatures of 100 Kelvin could burn that glue off. StickyKeys.com. God bless.
Okay,
I thought I saw where that was going, but I did not.
the ad that I wrote.
I subverted your expectations.
You did. Now you're using it properly this time.
That ad that I was gonna bring forward, I was gonna have a disclaimer about how it's probably gonna be the worst ad we've ever had. But I don't think I have to do that anymore.
I don't know. I kind of like that ad.
Yeah, I like that.
It was clever. All right. Now we're going to get to the actual top 5 greatest comedies of the 80s.
I love how everyone who goes
Colin
last,
doesn't know what a comedy is still.
I do. I do.
I love how
Promise.
every time the person who goes last goes, all right, now here's the
Yeah,
real
here's the
last.
real one.
It's kind of a blessing to be the last.
That's you always want to be last because then you can be like, here it is, dummies.
That's it. We'll put the timestamp just so you can get to mine. I kind of did a mix of what's the funniest and what I think is like the most influential, like the greatest. So, yeah. All right, number 5. It was gonna be a tie, but if I have to,
No, go ahead. I want to hear the top. Evan does ties all the time. Fuck it. I want to hear your top.
Okay, the tie was A Christmas Story and Beetlejuice. The same top, number 5.
Oh, wow. That's
Okay.
crazy.
Now, Christmas Story, I would probably slightly lean just because you literally watch it every Christmas multiple times.
Yep.
It
doesn't get old.
I've only seen Beetlejuice 3 times, and it got better every time I watched it. The first time I was like, it's okay. I didn't love it. It was just kind of like, I liked it, but not Tim Burton's best movie. Second time I was like, I really like it. Third time I loved it. So I think that I saw the second time in theaters because they were replaying at the venue. And I
that's
think
cool.
that really helped. Because I think the first time I watched it, I kind of watched it on a really small TV, and it wasn't great. But, yeah. So Christmas Story, maybe the best Christmas movie. It's definitely top 3.
I would say it is, but
It's,
that's a discussion for another time.
yes.
Very quotable.
A good question,
Fragile.
but one answer later.
But Dad's the best character in the movie, easily.
Oh, for sure.
Dan Gavin Flaggin.
He's what did he say? He gathered up a storm of curse words and obscenities that's still traveling across the greater Chicago area.
Yeah, the narrating is
Or
the
some
narrating
shit.
makes it.
It's fantastic.
And dude,
The second one's even better.
and when he fights Scott Fargus, dude, I get pumped.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, he
like,
beats
I'm
the
gonna
shit
go
out of
work
him.
out, right? Go for a run, dude. I get hype watching that shit. He just beats the shit out of him.
He just let out all the rage.
yeah, it's great. It's amazing.
Everything.
And I love the little kid comes and tries to stop him, and he just pushes him over. The kid goes, "I'm telling mom," and just runs off.
Ralphie's might be my
He goes
favorite.
ham.
I love the part where...
Or not Ralphie. I like the brother.
I love the part when he's fantasizing about his essay. It's like the most bland essay ever. And the teacher's like, A plus, plus.
One little detail I love in the movie is how they can't get the little kid's arms to stay down the whole movie.
Yeah, the little brother.
His arms won't go down. And lots of relatable scenes as a kid, like when he goes to see the Santa Claus and like he's
kinda
just
scary.
horrified.
Yeah.
And and like kind of touching where the mom is like not gonna rat him out for beating the kid up too much. She kind of tries to, help him out a little bit so the dad doesn't beat his ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christmas Story and Beetlejuice, number 5.
Okay.
Number 4, Breakfast Club.
Do you not?
Breakfast Club is definitely a comedy, but it's also got a lot of the dramatic and emotional elements too. But
I don't think he knows what a comedy
Breakfast Club is definitely a comedy. Every scene with Judd Nelson is amazing. And the principal.
The really funny part was when he's talking about ripping the duct tape off that kid's
But see,
asshole.
That's why I said it's kind of a
I was
mixture of
cracking up.
Yeah, there's definitely some really.
I love when they're talking about killing themselves. Does that happen? I can't remember.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
With the flare gun.
Yeah,
And then
that's
Judd
right.
Nelson shows the cigarette burns.
See these? Yeah, and they start laughing at him because he was trying to use a flare gun. They all started laughing at him. Yeah, it's got a great mixture of some hilarious moments and then some really really emotional moments. Yeah.
I mean, it's a hardcore dramedy. That's what I'll give.
Yeah,
it.
it's a drama. Yeah, I would say it's a dramedy. Yeah,
Hard
it
dramedy.
definitely is a wave. The principal, every scene with him is great. He's trying to prop that door open with the
Drama
with
team.
the magazine holder. You just can't
yeah.
get the door to stay open. And yeah, Judd Nelson's got some great one-liners in that movie. Roasting the nerdy kid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Classic.
dramedy. So I don't think it should be on top 5 comedy list.
Like I said, that's why I put a mixture of like the best versus the funniest, kind of
Yeah.
both. Yeah, Breakfast Club.
I love
Number
Breakfast
3,
Club.
Uncle Buck.
Number 3, huh?
Uncle Buck.
And maybe I'm cooler with it at 3.
I think it's kind of like another one on my list. Extremely rewatchable.
It's one I just haven't seen in a while too.
It's great. It's
I heard.
and Uncle John Candy kind of has that Bill Murray like humor about him, where he's like kind of says things somewhat dry, but he does it. He's like, it's like dry, but he has so much personality in like the way his just face and everything. I don't even know. It's just he has a very unique brand of humor. Like the scene with the clown, the drunk clown shows up.
Oh, yeah. Get your mouse.
Get in your mouth. And then the one really just small scene where the dude's trying to hit on the girl at the bowling alley, and he's trying to flip the toothpick in his mouth to look cool.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it gets stuck right in his mouth.
Hey,
That's
Hunter,
great.
diddle your mic a little bit.
Diddle it. Just diddle it.
Good.
No, it's... No.
Can you hear me?
Has it been like this the whole time?
No. It just went out for some reason.
Hi.
Okay, there we go.
Can you?
Okay, we're in.
Okay. He can hear me.
Uncle Buck, yeah. And also hits on some, good emotional elements. About teenagers being assholes, but then realizing, sometimes...
He has the screwdriver. So he stops and he's like...
You mean the drill?
The drill, and he's like... And then he cuts it off. He's like...
Yeah, great payoff with kicking the bullies. Oh, what's his name? Bug?
Bug.
What's his last name? Nat?
No, it says, what's his last name?
Spray? Spray, yeah. He pulls the hatchet out, and he goes, I could circumcise a gnat.
He's like, you want to come on? Got it right here.
He thinks he's bluffing about the hatchet in his trunk. Yeah, that movie's great. And he loses his hat in the house.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, that's number 1, man.
It's definitely
that
debatable
movie's
for his best.
Great.
Yeah, number 3, Uncle Buck. Number 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Man, what is number 1?
I think it's John Hughes' best movie, but you can make an argument for Uncle Buck. But yeah, Ferris Bueller is amazing. So, like I said, The Principal is...
You have 3 John Hughes movies in your top 5 comedies.
He's mastermind, even though all the movies...
Comedies.
Yeah. They're bumpy. But anyways...
Ferris Bueller's, funny.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller's
Real
really
funny.
uplifting, But I guess it has some kind of drama stuff, too, like with Cameron and facing his parents and all that shit.
Then you got Twist and Shout. That part's so hype.
Yeah, that shit's great. And then when he picks up his girlfriend from the school,
So that's
and
how
he's
it's
just
like in
making
the
out with her
family.
right in front of the principal.
Yeah.
And then
Grace!
one of my favorite scenes is when he's trying to scramble together on the phone, and he's just yelling at Grace to get that shit together. And I love when the principal is running through the hallways, and every time he passes one of the classroom doors,
starts
walking.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller is amazing.
On the scene when Cameron, it's in the cameras in Cameron's car. You see him keep walking back and forth and jumping up and down.
He's just jumping up and down. He calls Cameron, and it shows him in his bed because it's really dramatic music, and he's like, I'm dying.
They start singing, "Let my people go." What is that even?
I want to watch it right now. I love Ferris Bueller.
I could definitely watch it.
One of my all-time favorite movies. And number one, it's one of the best movies of the 80s. Back to the Future. I probably like Ferris Bueller more, but Back to the Future is just perfect on every note that they hit. Action, adventure, sci-fi, comedy, somewhat some emotional stuff. Got the revenge story, so you get the payoff. All the characters really get a great payoff. And some really kind of weird situational stuff, like I said, with the mother kind of wanting to bang McFly or Marty the whole movie. One of the most iconic scenes is when he's playing the guitar for or he's playing Johnny Be Good for the dance.
Dude calls Chuck Berry.
Yeah. Yep. That movie's just amazing.
Flawless. I don't agree with it being number one for comedies.
Here's the thing for me is that like when you're dealing with these not blatantly comedies,
right?
If I was going to put any of them, it would be The Princess Bride. I think that's better
Princess
than
Bride
all of the movies
solid.
you listed.
That would have been
as
like my
far
number
as
7.
as far as like drama comedy, I think it is way better than what you listed.
It's not better, but
as far as balancing good story and comedy.
Dude, the scene with the poison is great.
Yeah, I love Princess Bride. That would have been like number 7 maybe, but 6 or 7. But yeah, Back to the Future is amazing. It's perfect. It's great on every note, and the performance by Doc is flawless.
I don't agree with it being number one, but it's fantastic.
I haven't seen Airplane or Caddyshack, so I don't know. But
dude, yes,
I feel
Spaceballs.
very strongly about my top 4 at the very least.
Dude, Spaceballs would definitely be up there for you.
Yeah. Well, Back to the Future, probably top 5 best movies of the 80s, I would say anyway. So.
Top 5 best movies of the 80s.
I saw it number 1 on a bunch of lists actually for comedies, but yeah, amazing. All right.
Cool.
Number 5, Christmas Story / Beetlejuice. Probably slightly leaning Christmas Story. Number 4, Breakfast Club. Number 3, Uncle Buck. Number 2, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Number 1, Back to the Future.
Yeah, you were not the mediator at all.
I had one of yours.
You had 3 John Hughes movies. One of them is arguably not a comedy.
It's definitely a comedy.
Breakfast
Club is hilarious.
It is much more.
Yeah.
It's got drama, but it's also
I
hilarious.
think it's
Ferris
a
Bueller
hard
is-
dramedy.
Ferris Bueller is more comedy than drama. Breakfast Club is definitely heavier drama than comedy.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both.
It's hard to say.
I've never said I want a good laugh. I'm gonna toss on Breakfast Club.
That's because you got the emotional stuff also. But also some great laughs.
I do love Breakfast Club, so it's hard to get mad at Breakfast Club. But on this list, yeah, it doesn't deserve the
Ever
spot.
seen 16 Candles?
I've seen parts,
It's
but
also
not the
great.
whole thing.
That movie's funnier.
No.
16 Candles.
It's really funny,
funnier
but it's
than
not funnier than Breakfast Club.
Oh, let me do some honorable mentions. Because there's some I want to
Do we
note.
have another ad to get through?
Yes. Let me do some honorable mentions really quick. Caddyshack, Trading Places, amazing.
America as well.
Big,
Big is good.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
Not so good.
See No Evil,
Say
Hear
not
No
so good?
Evil.
I said it is so good.
Oh.
Or I said it's
God,
also
Did
good.
you see how quick I flipped to mad?
I like Bill and Ted.
Yeah, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which is super underrated, and Turner and Hooch.
Is that
Turner Hooch is sad.
Is that Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor?
Yeah,
They had a bunch of movies together.
yeah, yeah. That's what I got.
What was that movie that came out? It was like A Fish Called Wanda or something?
Yes,
I've always
that-
wanted to see that.
That was almost on my list, but it has been so long since I've watched it.
It's got the Monty Python.
Hey,
what's his, John
next,
Cleese?
John Cleese.
that should be your
Cleese
next
is in
pick.
it.
And the other dude, I think he won the Oscar for Best Supporting
Yeah,
Actor.
yeah, he did.
And he's in a comedy. Like that's
Yeah.
Crazy.
fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's it. No, that movie's very good. That's really clever British comedy.
Yeah, I heard it was like American writing and British comedy
Yeah, it's
in one
a
movie.
good mix, and it works incredibly well.
Tell you what's not going to make it is The Toy
The Toy.
Never heard of it.
with Richard Pryor. That's not good.
I almost put Mannequin 2, Mannequin on the Move, in my top 5, but it didn't quite make it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I had the Princess
boy.
Bride. The Princess Bride was the one that actually got moved out of my list when I switched to just straight funniest.
Princess Bride is great.
I've never seen the Blues Brothers either. That's
Neither have
probably,
I.
That's probably the one '80s classic comedy I haven't seen.
See, I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of these movies growing up, so I'm behind in my 80s comedies.
All right, I believe we have one last ad before we close out the show.
Pay for this thing and keep on going.
and go to the big surprise and all that.
This episode of the House of Rouse is brought to you by
Harry McGurvin.
Hello?
You didn't pick it up.
And we're back.
Janet, did you get the mail? No, pick it up.
Hello?
Janet.
Is someone going to pick that up?
No, you gotta do it, not me. You. It's on your end.
Damn thing just keeps ringing.
It's
Where's the secretary?
Janet's over there.
And we're back.
This is not
All right, who's
Janet's
calling?
problem.
Like, seriously, we've been... This is
I've
the whole...
told you.
I don't understand what's going on here. How...
It's right there.
And we're back.
It's flashing.
Get the goddamn mail, Janet.
All right. We're sponsored by Harvey Weinstein. Oh, wait, hold on. This is a different guy. Sorry. We're sponsored by Harvey McGurvin's Big Old Place of Learning.
Everyone who emails you seems to rhyme for some reason. It's
I
really
tell them
strange.
to rhyme. I tell them I'm not gonna play it unless it's catchy. And to me, catchy means a rhyme.
Harvey. This is Harvey McGurvin's Big Old Place of Learning. Ooh. At Harvey McGurvin's Big Old Place of Learning, we pride ourselves on book smarts. We want you to be more smart. Through our most intelligent brain juice, we make brains big. Big old brains do big old things. Come down here for last experimental surgery film, Zommel Flurgen Blue Blopper, Castle Quayurflamen Jamoral.
You got a stroke?
I hope I was. I wish I was. Hashtag. It's a hashtag for some reason.
Yeah.
Hashtag big old brains do big old things. So I guess start that trending, and
I
sure.
wouldn't take that brain juice.
Hashtag that in the comments.
Not sure what they're doing. Harvey McGurvin.
I guess it's a school.
But-
They're trying to promote a school, kind of.
I think
An academy.
Yeah, I think no. It's more of a place where they inject you with brain juice,
Okay.
and it doesn't seem to be working so well.
Yeah. Well, I know
Oh, they're
another.
just way ahead of like kind of like Gary Busey. They know something we don't.
I know another Harvey that was injecting juice. You don't want to. You don't want it.
Okay. Big surprise time.
Oh yeah. All right.
Or do you need to give do you say your movie in your top 5, or is surprise first?
I'll just do the reveal. The movie. The next.
All right, let's do
Okay,
it.
Let's see what it is.
All right. Next episode for the House Rouse. We're gonna reveal 2004's.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
reveal.
reveal it.
Oh, sorry. We're gonna review. I wish we could take it
You're
back
just
and start
messing a
over.
bunch of words up tonight.
I know. I don't know what's going
That's
on.
that ad. It got
That's
me.
like you last time.
Yeah, it
Um,
happens.
We're gonna review 2004's Mean Creek.
Oh man, I don't want to watch that. God damn
Oh
it.
fuck! Is that the fucking
Josh
Drake and
Peck
Josh?
and-
Josh's. Oh my god!
Why do you want to hurt me?
I don't even care about hurting. It's just like
I've seen it once before, and I remember loving it. So
I
we're
feel like
gonna
I'm
see.
just gonna want to drown the kid.
I remember loving it the first time I watched it. I watched it around 10th grade, so we'll see. And for this episode,
Can't we just watch the whackness?
Drake and
Dude,
Josh
the
is
whackness is amazing. One
I'm
of
just
the
gonna
most,
watch the whack.
Is that
One of
Josh
the-
Peck also?
yeah, one of the most underrated movies ever.
I'm just gonna pretend like I heard you say whackness.
No,
Josh
dude, but
Peck.
that's coming soon.
And I'm gonna watch the whackness.
Drake and
You've seen The
Josh
Whackness?
was the best live action show on Nickelodeon.
You've seen it?
I watched it with you.
Oh, dude, it is so good. All right. Anyway, we're gonna watch Mean Creek, and instead of a top 5, I wanted to try something new. I want to do something kind of fun for this episode.
Doesn't sound good.
So let me get what
Oh God!
we're gonna
why
do.
Is there a
Let me get what we're gonna do instead. Instead of a top 5, I'm gonna try something new.
surprise?
So it's a.
If it goes bad, we don't have to do it ever again.
So we're doing a gimmick.
So he's gonna show us the gimmick that we're gonna do on the next episode. That's the deal.
That sounds like it.
No, I'm showing you right now.
I don't understand what he means. What do you mean you're showing us right now? Isn't this what we're doing after the movie for next time? I hate him.
So how are you doing?
Not well. He's got some.
I-
He's got
you know-
some sort
you know,
of
these were in your room the
poster
other day,
board.
And I was in your room and I saw these and I almost pulled them back to look see what they were, but I didn't.
So
He's got some form of poster trifold poster board.
what we're
It seems to be there's 3 of them. Are we all making some form of?
Okay.
I don't want homework. I don't like
So-
that. I do this show. I barely prepare for it.
What I did is I collectively took list by list, about 6 or 7 lists, and non-biasedly made the definitive list with all these lists on average and made the definitive list of the top 100 hard rock songs. And then put together a bracket where we will go head to head with all 100 hard rock songs and come down to what is the greatest hard rock song of all time.
I don't agree with a lot of these songs that are on here.
Hard rock. Yeah, what do we define as that?
for
And
one
also,
thing-
you're saying half the episode is going to be this. This is going to take forever.
Well, no, so this is what the plan is, and there's 3 of these. So this is the plan. I'm gonna send you guys the list of the first round. We're gonna already predetermine the first round, so then we're gonna run through the first round immediately with no discussion, and then we'll start talking about it more and more as the rounds go on.
Is there more list on the other trifolds?
They're both full. All 3 of them are full.
Oh, I kind of want to see the next part, too.
Well,
Bring
okay.
it.
Well, if it once, well, no. Let's look at it after the episode's done.
It's too late. You can't introduce a surprise and I don't get to look at it.
Well, after the episode, we can look at it.
Dick.
All right, but it's not.
Oh, this is
So
upside down.
it's it's the left side versus the right side.
The
So
left side versus the right side?
Yeah,
Why
so-
wouldn't you do a normal bracket like a normal person?
That's what I was
Because
thinking.
you do have these 2 fighting.
oh,
these
you're right.
2
All right,
fighting.
let's do that.
Jesus Christ. Did you not even seed these at all? You just wrote down a bunch of songs?
No,
You
I
didn't-
wrote- so I
you don't
wrote-
have any type of seeding
So
system
I
at all.
figured out which ones were average on all of the different lists I found,
Andrew WK is in this list.
including yes,
WK.
including Rolling
this?
Stones,
Oh,
Loud.
Faith No More is making it to the top 16.
Loudwire. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring.
this? Who is this?
Well, you know what? I'll explain all the details to them after when the episode's over, and then you guys will just see how it works in the next episode.
Fucking Andrew W.
Party hard.
Let's just this is really started a thing. So let's just end the episode here,
Yeah, dude, these are
and
like
let's start
top tier,
talking.
like,
Let's start
these
talking
top
about
tier.
it.
Basket Case is considered hard rock.
And that's the end of the episode.
Like,
Thank you
these
for the house,
top
Rouse.
tier-
Bye.